note to self, don't miss your train. I got lucky. So I missed my train at 6:22 because I overslept, but luckily enough, here they let you just take the next train, which is really nice. So I'm on a train right now at 7:07, and I am going on a hike. It's called Adrspach National Park, I think is how you say it. But I'm really excited to go. This is the #1 place I've been trying to go to since I got to the Czech Republic. It's supposed to be this really beautiful like rock formation national park. It's in the very far eastern part of the Czech Republic, closer to Poland, and I am so excited to go. So I'm glad that I was able to get on a train.
Earlier this year in a small New York City bar.
Alright, so I made it. I am in Teplice nad Matuji. I think I'm saying that right. It's about a 3.5-hour train ride from Prague to the eastern border of Czech Republic. It's almost in Poland. And I'm about to start the Teplice Rock Loop as part of the Adrspach National Park. So of course, the minute I get off the train, it starts pouring. So I'm walking to the national park in the rain, and then I'm gonna hike in the rain. Okay, finally made it to the entrance, and of course, right when I get here, it stops raining. So ended up being about a 2-mile walk from the train station. There's probably a bus or some other easier way to get here. I didn't find it. So when I got here, I had a really delicious waffle. Here they call them waffle with a V, and it was only 30 crowns, which is a little bit over $1. So it's not that bad, and it was delicious, perfect breakfast. And now I'm gonna enter the park. Dobry den. One, prosím. Děkuji. Nashledanou. I am so excited to be doing this hike. So when I first found out I was coming to the Czech Republic, this was the very first thing on my list, and somehow ended up being the very last thing I did. Because tomorrow is my last day here, so I had to get out here and see these rock formations. I've heard they're absolutely spectacular, and it's starting to rain again. So I have my little brochure with all my info in English. It's 5.9 kilometers, which is a little less than 4 miles, so it should be a pretty easy hike, and there's lots of fun things to see.
Earlier this year in a small New York City bar.
Just getting in, and it is already so pretty in here. I haven't even seen any of the rock formations yet, but I can't wait. The trees are so cool. Climbing up a mountain. So filming these rocks, I don't think I'm doing them justice. They are so tall and so cool. You can see like this one right behind me just keeps going up and up and up and up. And this is just the first one. We're just getting into the valley. I'm climbing a very steep 300 steps up to Castle Stiersman. It was built in the 13th century by the lords of Scleswig, which had castles nearby, so that's why they think that. Other than that, the rest of the history of the castle is unknown. They think it was destroyed in war in like the mid 1400s. So all that's really left is this like big entrance, and the castle was carved into the sandstone, so it all wore away. So I gotta get up there and then check it out. I made it to the top. So there's really nothing left up here. I think they call it the watchtower, and it's just a really high point, but there's no real ruins here anymore. Just a guardrail to keep us from going over the edge. But the views are incredible. I am walking through Rock Gate. It's really cool. So this rock behind me is called Giant's Shorts. I kind of see it.
Earlier this year in a small New York City bar.
So the Czechs call this national park a rock labyrinth, and they didn't even know it was here until 1824 when there was a massive fire that wiped out the entire forest that covered this area. When it did burn down, all of a sudden they could see these amazing rock formations all over. The forest has since grown back, but that's when all this was really discovered. This is unreal. Can you hear the water running? I'm walking on top of a river in the middle of a canyon.
Earlier this year in a small New York City bar.
Wow. This national park is really well maintained. Most of the hiking trails have cobblestones or they made stairs on the steep stuff. There's information posted throughout the park, just interesting facts about rock formations and early hikers and explorers that have been here. So it's a lot more than just hiking. I'm actually learning a lot about this area, which is really cool because this is actually kind of the area that my family is originally from, so it's cool to be in a place where I know my great-grandparents lived here a long, long time ago. So this has been one of the hands down most beautiful hikes I've ever done. I would compare certain parts of it to Narrows in Zion with the really high rock walls and the cathedral and hiking really narrow passageways, but the mix here is so amazing. You go from this lush forest into these rock formations and through waterfalls and ferns and trees and green everywhere, and I'm not disappointed. So 3 hours on a train, a 2-mile walk in the pouring rain, and I think it was absolutely worth it.